Hey, it's Rob. Thanks for tuning into Dr.M studio. Had to clean up the Silverado here, 2024 standard cab, short box I call it. And I have the plain Jane wheels with a hubcap. There it is on the ground there, I washed it up. But I did an oil change, I rotated the wheels, and I drove it around for a little bit. So now I got to torque down the wheels again, make sure that they're to my spec that I like. I run these at 100 foot-pounds each lug nut. So I'm going to do that. But I have some hubcaps that I purchased that look just like the rim here. So when I put these on, people think I've got some fancy wheels on because it looks factory. You can find those online. I think they were 25 bucks a piece. I think I got 100 bucks into these hubcaps. But they look pretty good. I got some other plans coming for spring for wheels. Stay tuned for that. But the salt that Minnesota uses on these roads to keep them clear and keep them safe really does a number. I spent a lot of time spraying underneath this truck here to wash it off and try to exchange the salt. You can't get away from it, but you try to exchange it so the first layer isn't sitting there all the time. So it took me a couple of days to wash this truck. Going underneath was the first day and just letting it dry off. And plus I had some other things to do. Anyway, but what happens is these get corroded. And they look, there it is, you can see it there. And I'm gonna clean that up so they look nice. I don't wanna throw 25 bucks away. I wanna try to keep using these during the winters. A simple task, but it's what we gotta do around here, northern Minnesota, and any place else that uses that liquid. I forget what the grade of salt that is. Is it potassium chloride? Anyway, magnesium chloride? Anyway, I'm gonna clean these up. Let's see what they look like. Okay, that first part of the video, I was using this polishing compound, scratch remover. Yeah, it's working okay, but I'm gonna try the rubbing compound heavy duty cleaner made by Turtle Wax, same company. And if that doesn't work, we'll try the Scratch Doctor by New Finish. We'll see. I think this will work. What do you guys think? Yeah, the rubbing compound definitely was the correct application for polishing up this corroded plastic hubcap. I used Turtle Wax here because I had it on the shelf, and I just had to choose between the polishing compound and the rubbing compound, and the salt in that was in there so deep that I had to go to this. And you notice it, I didn't have to work it very hard. Yeah, it turned out pretty well. There's some pitting because I've had this for a couple of winters, but I'm pretty happy with that. I'm gonna do the other three and I'll torque down those wheels and I'll put these on, and then we'll show you what the final product looks like on the vehicle. You can do this at home. I was thinking if I should actually even videotape this work that I've got to do to my truck, but somebody might be able to use it. I'm wondering what kind of product to use. I'm not endorsed by Turtle Wax, it's just what I had on the shelf, and it seemed to work out pretty good. So take care of your stuff. I think we here in America that we are a throwaway society, and you know, I could have chucked these things and bought some new ones and get them in a couple of days, but it made me feel good. I took care of stuff. That's just being a good steward, I think, of the products that we have. If you're not into automotive, maybe you can still use this. Maybe this is your introduction into taking care of your own vehicle. I'll show you here in a little bit me torquing the lug nuts down. I'll show you how to do that with a torque wrench. So I'll come back with the torque wrench scene. I'm gonna clean the rest of these up off the camera, then we'll go from there. This is my torque wrench. So that's the brand, you know where I got it from. Anyway, I'm gonna set it up to, I run 100 foot-pounds. 90. All right, snapped in, it's locked in. Only use a torque wrench to tighten something. Don't use it to untighten a bolt. There are some torque wrenches where you can bypass that spring that's in there and use it to loosen things up, but that's the way I was taught. There's other wrenches to help take it off, so just use this to tighten up lug nuts. All right, this GM lug nut is 22 millimeters. Use a deep socket so you can get to it. A little locking mechanism here. So, yeah, it's not coming off of there. All right, so I've torqued these down once to 100, and I drove it around for about 80, 85 miles, and also somewhere in there, 100 miles, retorque. So let's see where they're at. Should have a couple, stop when you hear the click, and then prove it. There's one. Yeah, that's the second click. I like to go opposites. On to the next. So when you're done, return it to 0 before you store it. And I store it horizontally. Well, thanks for tuning in. Got the truck cleaned up prior to the video. Got the wheels cleaned up. Used some rubbing compound, and we got those wheels torqued down the second time after rotating the tires after an oil change. So that's how I do it. Nothing like having a clean truck. Go ahead and take a chance and start doing some of these small things yourself by cleaning up your wheels and washing underneath and taking care of your vehicles. Especially if you got black. There's nothing better than a clean black vehicle. So I really like this Silverado standard cab short box, inline 4-cylinder turbo 2.7 liter. about 22.5 miles to the gallon on short trips of about 15 miles into work every day, one way. So, all right. Well, I'm Rob. You're watching Dr.M Studio. If you like this simple task that I've done here today, give me a thumbs up, give me a like there, please. Go ahead and subscribe. I got some other projects on this truck, and I'm going to get the yellow 72 Chevy C10 heavy half back in here. If you've been following the channel, you know I've been working on that as well. So, but I had to get the oil change in, and I had to move the yellow truck out. So continuity of the videos are kind of back and forth here. So, but stay tuned. All right. Thank you very much for watching. Until next time.